Hi, and thanks for tuning in. Today I will show you how to search for connections and buy tickets on Polish Railways network. Ticketing system has come a long way to make purchases simpler, but there are still some flaws, especially for a foreigner. But I'm here to talk all about them. Let's jump right into it. So, the traditional way of doing it would be to go to the station, look for the paper timetable available on pretty much every platform, and look for the train you like. I agree, this isn't very convenient, and the information is also limited to show only the services stopping at the station. Not ideal. At every sort of busy station, you can also find a ticket office. Obviously, you could ask the person there about the connection you want to make. Assuming the employee knows English, you could easily get the information you want, but still, it isn't very convenient as you would have to still make the trip to the station. Of course, internet is here to help, with more than enough journey planners for your trip. Note that I will be covering the rail part only, I don't have enough experience with buses to talk about them. Back to the topic. The first website you would want to visit is Portal Pasażera. Let's talk about everything other than a journey planner first. The least exciting function is poster timetables. Simply enter the name of the station and download a PDF file for to interest you. Useful when you don't fancy a trip to the station, but limitations stay the same. Next up are delays and disruptions. Quite self-explanatory. Different options do exactly what you may think they do, where to know that they are available. My favorite option to use while looking up any potential delays is Find a Train. Even if you don't remember its number, you can find it by displaying the departure board and clicking on it. So here we are, back on the homepage. This journey planner can be used for all sorts of trips, including international. Also, it features all carriers, so it can be used for almost every trip you want to make. Using it is pretty straightforward, simply fill out the form and click search. But before that, let me point out something to you. Direct connections checkbox might be selected by default. Be aware that some connections might not be possible without a transfer. These are our search results. A side note, a passenger train is a service calling at every stop on its route, just like Regio. Clicking connection details will present you all of the information you need. This will be useful in buying the ticket, checking delays, and getting around on the station. We'll come back to this view later. The next website we're going to visit is Intercity. This is a website of a national operator of long-distance services. I really recommend reading the For Passengers section as it features important information about your trip. In this video, I will cover one section called Our Trains. So, the carrier runs 4 categories of services. In general, Express Intercity Premium, EIP, as the name suggests, should be the fastest and most comfortable, but also the most expensive. A complete opposite is TLK with low prices and old stock. In reality, prices are calculated by demand, with more tickets sold the pricier they get. That's why Intercity or IC and TLK are usually priced the same, when the only difference is that some services are more popular and more expensive. Express Intercity or EIC usually are faster and more expensive than Intercity. Also, pricing doesn't always make sense. Sometimes first class will be cheaper than second, so check whether it is the case with your connection. The journey planner is even simpler than the previous one. It can be used for international travel, but it only displays services run by Pickup Intercity, so only these 4 categories I talked about earlier. After filling out the form, take a look at the search results. Pictograms displayed after choosing a connection will tell you something about the train standards. PKP Intercity is the only carrier in Poland which allows you to reserve your seat on every train. During COVID pandemic, seat reservation is compulsory, and passengers without them will be fined. Intercity allows you to choose your seat from a schematic on some services, but it's not always available. In this kind of situation, I will show you a trick later into the video which will help you find your preferred seat and coach number. Next up is Koleo, a journey planner which function-wise is a simplified version of Portal Pasażera. It might not be really useful for just searching connections, but we'll need it later to buy our train tickets. Take a look at the supported carriers list. You will be able to buy tickets for these companies' services. Generally, other trains will pop up in the search results, but with wrong or no prices. As you can see, you cannot buy PKP Intercity tickets, but other connections work just fine. I already mentioned the trick which allows you to see what coach and seat number you want to reserve. This is exactly what this site is about. Let's start from the homepage of Wagonweb. What we want to see is train formations. Select the country and service you want to see. Let's say I want to check the train composition of IC Piast, so I input the name and click search. There are two entries, the only difference between them is the direction. Try out the features yourself. Take a look at the seat map, pictures of the coaches and pictograms underneath the car's name. Note that coaches stay the same most of the time, but they can be in different order and have different numbers. That's all what I had to show you for searching connections. Now let's buy the tickets. The last moment you can buy the ticket is on a train itself. You will need to find a train conductor, tell him where you're going and he will sell you one. I think this is the worst method of purchasing a ticket as you will be charged extra for several things. Primarily, if your departure station has an open ticket office, a fee from 3 to 10 zloty depending on the carrier will be added. During pandemic, the PKP Intercity will not sell you a ticket on board. In this situation, the procedure is as follows. First, you will need to pay for the section you traveled on. Then a fee of 130 zloty will be added, and then you'll be kicked out on the next stop. Express Intercity Premium does that too, even not in a pandemic. To avoid these fees, visit a ticket office and buy the ticket there. They are available at every busier station. If the office is closed, you're mostly safe, but that doesn't apply to PKP Intercity, which doesn't care if it's closed. It still requires you to have a valid ticket with a seat reservation before boarding. Ticket machines are more rare and basically serve the same function as ticket offices, but usually with smaller wait time. Be aware that they will sell you tickets for only local operators and the only long distance one, so you might not be able to buy a ticket for the whole journey. I think internet does these things better, so I will now show you some websites which allow you to buy tickets online. First, we return to Koleo. You have to register an account to make purchases. It's quite a simple process. After logging in, select the connection and proceed according to on-screen instructions. Your ticket will be accessible in the form of a QR code available on the website and sent to you in an email. I suggest downloading a smartphone app for easier ticket purchases on the go and easier access to your tickets. For those of you who will be traveling with PKP Intercity, the best website to purchase your tickets from is their own. After choosing a connection, fill out the form on the bottom. Be sure to choose class and set up seat reservation to your liking. As an example, I would like to travel in this car in particular. I can input the seat and coach number into the form and hope for the best, or just choose non-compartment coach. There is no way to know for sure where you're going to end up, but there is one secret. At the time of preparing this video, the system fills up the train from its center towards edges. Knowing this, you could more or less predict where your assigned seat would be. Next steps are the same as in Koleo, with one change that you don't need an account. In this case, your ticket will be emailed to you. Some carriers do not sell tickets on Koleo and you need to buy them on their own website. A prime example is Koleje Śląskie. Their ticket purchasing system doesn't differ all that much from the other, after all, it serves the same function. The last website worth checking out will be useful only for people traveling with more than one carrier. It has a special fare which reduces the cost of a ticket for connection pickup intercity plus regional. Sadly, this works for only a small portion of carriers. Let me show you. This is the offer I talked about. Price has been reduced by approximately 10%. Not much, but worth in my opinion. Next steps are exactly the same as before. Now that's how you buy tickets like a local. Hopefully you learned something new. Please consider subscribing and clicking the like button, and I'll see you on the rails.